John, you seemed quite happy for Riley Nash to get on the board.
Yes.
Tonight, are those the wins, the sort of personal achievements you sort of celebrate a little bit within a game?
Yeah, I as we've talked about him, I think he's been a really smart player for us, has fit in with that line. That line gave us some really good minutes tonight. You just want to see him get rewarded. I think it'll loosen him up. We're still looking for more speed out of him. I think if he has a little success, and all players want stats. They want to score a goal. They want to be on that piece of paper. Hopefully it'll relax him and just allow him to play quicker. But I like the line. I thought the line did some really good things for us.
John, your two lines are kind of cemented, the top two lines, and have been for some time. They also bring something a lot different tonight when you get a contribution like that from your fourth line and good minutes from your third. And I know every game's different, but is this one of those games where you can see the big picture of how they work?
Yeah, what I can see is I thought we played really smart tonight. We get back in, tie the game up, take a lead, and I just thought we checked through most of the night. When it goes 4-2, beginning of the third period, I'm not sure where the minutes were, but they hem us in our end zone. We don't get hurt. Bob has to make a couple of really good saves, but I thought we really competed defensively. And I thought we stayed above the puck. We reloaded, had a lot of turnovers in the neutral zone and allowed us to go back and forecheck. I just thought we were a smart team tonight away from the puck, and it allowed us to create some offense.
John, I know he handles longer shifts with aplomb, but when you see Artemi Panarin out there 10 or 11 shifts of over a minute, one that's 2 minutes, 10 seconds, do you kind of wish you had a leash on him? Or?
Yeah, we've talked about it. We've talked about it, and it just seems like he ends up putting himself in a situation where sometimes he can't get off the ice. He has an uncanny knack of putting himself in that type of position to where I can't be. He doesn't come by the bench. He's over on the other side. But he ends up being dangerous, and I just don't want it. Got to be really careful with that because another guy's ready to go, and we got some good players coming in behind him. So it's a constant conversation that we have.
We talked about Werenski's defensive play. Has he been more offensively confident than he looks right now?
He's been a much more confident player, period. You can see he's really concentrating on battles, holding on to pucks. A number of times in our end zone where he really had nowhere to go with puck. He just protected it, held on to it, took the hit, and played in the areas. He feels really comfortable with Jonesy. You see them, it was Nash's goal. Those are two great plays. Jonesy makes a great cross-ice pass to Z, and Z makes a great play to Nasher. They just feel more comfortable with one another, and he's certainly playing with more confidence throughout his whole game.
When you came into this season, did you feel like it was just you had to score more goals because of what happened last year? It seemed like goals were so hard to come by last year. They're just going in this year, but including Cam, he was struggling. Is it simply that you have all the talent here? That just it was a matter of time before they were going to start scoring goals like this? Or?
I didn't go into the season thinking about how many goals we have to score. We have to score more. I went into the season trying to, with the other coaches, teach the game how you play it the right way. And I think everything gets solved if you play the right way. And you always talk about goal scoring, but goal scoring starts by playing well and above the puck when you don't have it. And I think we've been much more consistent. The last 10, 12 games, we've cut down our odd man rushes. We've been much better away from the puck, and I think it's created more offense for us. And we've made right decisions as far as giving ourselves a chance to forecheck instead of just trying to beat people across the blue line. The emergence of that line of Jenner, Nick, and Andy kind of identifies and kind of pushed us in that mode of playing that way, of playing underneath the hash mark and banging away that way.
John, you put a lot of emphasis on neutral zone play yesterday at practice. How would you grade it out tonight?
It's really good. It was. We made some mistakes, sure, but I can tell they were thinking about it. That's all we want as coaches, is for them to meet us halfway and try to play above the puck. And you know, it's kind of making a deal. We'll let them go. You do what you got to do offensively, but just have some conscience away from the puck. And I do. I think for the last 3 or 4 weeks, we have been much more consistent with that play. And you can just see it just helps our whole team concept.
He seemed to have a lot of jump tonight. Did you get the desired result from Bjorkstrand you were looking for?
Yeah, he played really well. He did. He around the net had some shots. I think he had 6 attempts. I think 2 of them got on net. He gets robbed with a great pass by Bread. But the thing I look at is, did he check? And he was above the puck. He won some battles, protected pucks. Yeah, he played a good game. You know, I have to make a decision. I like the way the fourth line's playing. I'm not changing the other 2 lines. Doobie's a big face-off guy for us. Winnie's a power play guy and has played much better. You see Winnie skate, pick up the puck behind net and skate. So what it does, it's Duke and Oliver. I got to make a decision there, and so they're going to have to battle it out as far as who plays.
On that, is Duclair hurt? Is he dealing with
something? No, I think he could have played tonight. Okay. Yeah, he's nicked. It was a good time to get. I was not going to sit Oliver out for weeks. He doesn't deserve that, and there's part of I've got to develop the guy, or we have to develop the guy, and sitting out and watching some games is part of development. He's not in the doghouse or anything like that. It's just Duke was doing some things, was listening and doing some things, scored some goals. So I've got, you know, we're going to juggle that and see where it goes. And to me, I don't think they're crazy about it, but me, it's very healthy for the team to have those type of situations.